And thank you guys for coming out tonight. This is January 28th, our meet and greet. Hopefully a few more of you will join us because we had about another 10 people that were brand new. Here's David. Join us. Hi, David. You guys do not have to stay muted because it's not a lot of us, but I'm just going to talk about a little bit about NLBP and what we're doing and what might be a little bit new this month. And we have two new people with us. Anne-Marie, you're joining us for the first time. Hello. And Linda, you do not have a video, but we can see you and hopefully you'll be able to talk and tell us about yourself too. And we'll see who else joins on. So I'm just going to introduce myself. I am Camille Miller, and I am the founder and executive director of the Natural Life Business Partnership. And we are a membership-based professional organization for holistic, spiritual, and earth-centered business owners. We come together as a collaborative community, and we want to raise the bar of professionalism. So although we do network and do a lot of in-person events, we also do a lot on video, and especially for me, because as we're growing and getting larger and larger, I can't possibly be at all of the events I used to be at. So about March of last year, I stopped doing a lot of the traveling. I do show up in all the regions throughout the year, but I do not show up at every single event. And we do have leaders that are a part of different regions, and they fill in for me and report back to me about what each region needs and what they want. We have coffees every single month. We have one online. It's called Coffee with Camille, which is the second Wednesday of every month. This past month in January was all about our resolutions and building our businesses. In February, it's called Spreading the Love. And that's all about how we talk about our business and how we tell people about who we are so it comes across correctly. So no matter if you meet me online and we have a discussion, that one's taped and goes into our member library, so we can always go back and look at all of them. We probably have about a full year of tapings now because we went to Zoom last January. But if you don't meet with me, you can actually go to any of our in-person coffees in your state and meet with our leaders and have exactly the same discussion. You can go to all the coffees in any area as well. There are no chapters or boundaries to what we do, and you can have that same discussion and meet new people in your area. So there is an array of things. We also have what's called What Works, What Doesn't, and Why, and it's our Entrepreneur's Frustration Line, where you can call in and talk about your successes, which we do celebrate together, and discuss your frustrations or where you might be stuck, because we do understand as entrepreneurs, sometimes you're the only one. It's very lonely at the top and you're confused or you don't know how to do something, but I can assure you that somebody in our community does have the answer, has been through it before, and we can work together to help you out no matter where you are. We also have a back community on Facebook where all of our members talk to each other and support each other and talk about where they are and where they might need help and how they can meet. And that's been a really great support system for a lot of members. And as we went through our 90-day challenge, which started in October 1st and went to the end of the year, we celebrated successes together and really went through some pretty large journeys, I think, for some people, as we posted each day about where we were in our businesses and what goals we were being set and how we were reaching them, and sometimes some frustrations and where we were. And we just had a really awesome, one of our first overnight business intensives in Philadelphia this past week, which was, I thought it was pretty amazing. I did learn a lot though, that it should have been a 3-day event, but it was a lot of fun, and we worked on our goals and our businesses and our value propositions. And we talked a lot about how to be intuitive in your own business and kind of answer your own questions. And a lot of things came out just because we're like-minded about, different energies and different modalities and how we think through things differently. And it was really just wonderful how to support each other and, just kind of talk about what works and what doesn't. kind of like our calls, but totally different when you're in person. And a few of my favorite points or parts of that particular one was just our icebreaker that we had. Oh, I'm going to let someone else in. So one of them was the icebreaker that we had that first night, just playing games. And we did have people from 3 different states that showed up. It was Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. We had representation for all, and we kept it small to 15 people, just to kind of see what that was like for us. And it was pretty awesome. So going forward, we are going to have another one. I was asked to have one over a weekend, so I'm looking at doing that right now at the end of March. It'll be basically the same, a little bit longer and over a weekend, just to help participants do that. And that's going to probably be up in the Westchester, New York area. In the spring, hopefully in May, we're going to have what I'd like to call Business and Balance, where it'll be some intense business discussions, but also hikes and some time together just to kind of collect our thoughts and do some other things. And that's going to be over at Skytop Manor in the Poconos. And we'll bring in a chef one night to have a dinner for anyone who wants to participate in that. And then hopefully in the fall, I am thinking of putting together our first annual conference. Yay! To kind of put that together. People have been asking about getting together. Yeah, I'm really excited. And I kept saying, when I'm ready, when I'm ready, when I'm ready. And I think we are more than ready at this point to do that. So those are some of the things that are coming down the pike. For those of you that are new to us tonight, we have membership right now from Maryland through Massachusetts, a lot in Florida. We do now have California, so we can say we're coast to coast. And we're going to try to fill in some of those big cities, Columbus, Ohio, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, are all in discussions with starting some pods out there. So I'm kind of excited about where we're going as a community. So I always forget to say absolutely everything there is, because there is so much. We have a podcast that's also live video. So we do both. We do what's called member spotlights, and just bringing in somebody else. We have member spotlights where we get to introduce and interview all of our different members. And that really started so we can understand what each other does as healers or wherever they seem to be in their membership. And as I started to record all of those for everyone, we actually created this beautiful content of work that is now, I don't know who's talking. Here, I'll mute. So now is a big library of content that we're trying to get out through our YouTube channel, which is called nlbp-tv. And we are getting that all set up this month. I was just on the line with someone who's taking care of all of that for us, and getting some of those member spotlights. And we're actually going to do some individual training videos that we're going to start getting out there as well. So we have a lot coming down the pike. Trying to think what else. We have a lot of calls and support, and it's really about building your business. We do not have in-person in every place that we do have members. What we try to do is find someone who wants to lead a different area, that has contacts and connections and wants to be a leader. And then once we have, I'd say, like 5 or 6 people in a certain area, then we can kind of build that pod around it. So we're always looking for leaders to do different areas for us. We do have we meet in person in Connecticut, in New York, in Westchester. This New York City is probably going to be starting soon. Most of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. And those are some of the things that we do in person. I'm going to unmute everybody. Hold on. See if I know how to do this. And does anyone have any questions that's new to us tonight? We have 1, 2, 3, about half of you are new to us who have never joined us. Do any of you have specific questions about the organization? Because I can answer them, or some of the other members and leaders that are on the line can answer them. anything specific that brought you here that you might have a question, you can raise your hand and I'll unmute you if you do. I know some of you jumped on a little bit late. If you'd like, John, I see a hand up. It says John, but I know you're not a John because I'm looking at you. Okay, you're unmuted.
That's my husband's name.
Okay. What's your name? I'm going to put it right
My name's Emmy, E-M-Y. Yeah, like the awards with one M. I'm Katie Fasciano's friend.
Oh, okay. Terrific.
Yeah, so we used to live in New Jersey, so that's how I know her.
And where do you live now?
North Carolina.
Oh, here's Katie right now. She just joined.
Is she here?
She just joined.
Oh, yes. Hi, Katie. Yeah. So she was very gracious to send me the information, and but I'm not quite sure I fit in the category. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with my company. It's called Beauty Counter.
Okay, I'm not.
Okay, Carrie's nodding her head. Hi, are you in Beauty Counter or no? Okay, we are a mission-based company, and our mission is to get safer products into the hands of everyone. We do that in 3 ways. So we formulate and we create safer products, skincare products, cosmetics, minus about 1,500 chemicals that are either banned in the US, in the UK, in Europe, but also there are only 30 banned in the US, but 1,400 in Europe. So that was what got me into this thing. Is I didn't want that for my family. I didn't want those 1,400 that's safer in Europe here. So and then we also educate consumers about those facts, that we don't have safe laws here concerning cosmetics and shampoos, lotions, I mean, everyday products.
Okay.
So we do formulate products, we also educate, but the third thing we do is we advocate. So we go all the way to DC, or we text, representatives and senators. I mean, it's not just products. We aim to help people understand. So it's one part is the products, but 2/3 is about telling people all about what's actually going on, that we're putting on our bodies every single day. I mean, the average is over 100 chemicals that we put on our bodies every day without thinking about it. So it got me into this because of my kids. I didn't want it for my kids. They were starting to want makeup. So, but the one thing that may not fit is that we don't use, because the word natural, when it comes to lotions and all that, it's not the same as in food, or if you say organic, it's, there's a certification. In cosmetics and personal care products, there's none.
Right.
So you can claim it all you want, but it's on you to make sure that it is natural and it is organic. And unfortunately, there are some who don't. So we try to get the safest products and ingredients possible. And sometimes organic and natural is contaminated. And so that's not the way we go. Then there will be the use of synthetics that we deem safer than the potential for contamination in those natural products. Okay. So that's the only question I have, is whether I'm even supposed to be here. And we're trying to be natural. 80% is natural and organic as much as we can. And we're also a B corporation, so which means, if you're familiar with that, but we put people, planet, and profit all on the same plane. So we don't just make things. We make sure that the waterways are safe when we produce those safer products. And we try to use recyclable packaging. We use glass as much as possible for our products, and also the cardboard is either from recycled products or are recyclable. So that's my only question, is whether.
So your question is if you fitted to the natural community?
Yes.
All right.
Because not everything is natural. We are very transparent that, if you want 100%, it's not going to be 100%. It's 80 right now, and we're aiming for that.
Right.
And we're trying our best to be as safe as possible. And sometimes that means using not natural. And again, natural in this beauty industry,
Understood.
there's no real law right now. And
Right.
that's what we're trying to change to.
So we chose the word natural very purposely and
Okay.
not the word organic.
Okay.
One, organic is a registered trademark, but I'm a big believer that everyone defines natural for them. So we don't tell you if you are or not. A lot of people ask if we check everyone out. We do not, because you know if you belong or you don't belong. It's really more of a like-mindedness between all of the people that are here, and an understanding of, the best for the environment, but also people and each other, and really working in a place where you're totally your authentic self. So I'll tell you, like, a lot on our the business intensive we just came on. When I'm teaching about business and talking, we use the word like intuitive a lot, or intention a lot. We believe in abundance in the universe. We believe in clean products as much as possible. We believe in environmental safety, things of that nature. So what natural is to you, we're not going to really argue with anyone. You'll know if you are part of it or not part of it. Can anyone else answer that for her too?
I think I can help a little bit, Camille.
Okay, Larry.
There's a product out called Arbonne, which has been doing something similar to this for years. And I used to work with them indirectly as a massage therapist. We used to do parties where they would do makeup and I would do chair massage. But anyway, what they basically said to me was not every product, because of shelf life, can be without preservatives.
Right.
So what they're giving you is a healthy alternative to anything that's out there. And I agree with you with the amount of chemicals and garbage that's in there in today's products, because America's killing themselves with this stuff. So I wouldn't worry about dotting the I's. I would look at the positive of what you're bringing to this country, and I acknowledge what you're doing and thank you for it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We do have members that are from Arbonne too. We do. Donna, you wanted something to say?
I vote that Beauty Counter is doing a really good job of being very holistic and doing the right thing, and that sounds like a very good fit to the Natural Life Business Partnership.
Thank you. That's good to hear.
Yeah. So are you an independent representative, or you work for the corporation itself?
I'm an independent consultant.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you would have your own business that you would need help with. Okay.
Correct.
So that actually does fit very well. So I wasn't clear about that part.
Yeah.
So does anyone else have any questions? We will go around and introduce everybody, but does anyone that's new on the line have any questions? Because as I can say, myself or any member or leader on the line can also answer.
I guess I'm new and I just don't know what the structure is. Are you like the founder? I'm sorry, I didn't look at the website. I didn't have time.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I am the founder. We've been around for 3 years.
Okay.
3 years. And we another thing I wrote down that I wanted to tell you about. So one of our goals is to start working on policy, public policy as well, and to advocate for the things that we believe as a community, which will come from the members, not from me, that we should be working on to try to make better. So, if it's the laws or the chemicals, I did work on Washington in my past on the organic label, so I'm very familiar with a lot of that. So that's one of the things we do hope as we become more and more. We really want to reach 1,000 members. And once we reach the 1,000 member mark, we'll have more of a voice, but we're not going to do it independently. We're going to dovetail with some other organizations that are already working on policy work and kind of see what they're behind and then put our name with them. Does that make sense? Trying to make the world a better place. So really what we're trying to do as an organization is come together to support each other and raise the bar of professionalism in the industry. So we're not really looked at as like those people or the woohoos, or we're not really that important. to have a collaborative community that's, you know, just as important as the American Medical Association or the Bar Association or the Chiropractors Association, that brings us all together as professionals. And our membership isn't just healers and doctors, although we have them and more than half are doctors. We also have, you know, the website designers, we have attorneys, we have an architect, we have a financial planner, that also just live holistic lifestyles and kind of have that common thread among us, so we can just talk about who we are. Linda, you had your hand up. Do you still have a question? Where is she? There she is. You moved on my screen. Wait, let me unmute you. Oh, wait, wrong one. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I live in New Jersey. I was invited by David, and I'm just wondering, when are there live meetings in New Jersey? I know you said there are live coffees, but is it on the website? Can I find everything rather than take up the time?
You can absolutely find everything on our website under events, but are you in Monmouth County, I'm assuming, because David invited you?
Yes.
So David is in charge of all the events down there. He's our regional leader for that area.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
I know you have a coffee coming up at the end of the month. So he does have coffees. Sometimes he has events. I know they meet at Dean's at least once a month for some conversations.
Okay. Awesome.
David, did you want to say anything more? I'll unmute you. There you go.
Yeah, we have a coffee coming up next week on Wednesday, I believe it is. Let me just check to make sure I got the right date. And then we are working to do as many as we can, one every about 3 weeks. We've been alternating back and forth between Dean's in Shrewsbury and Dean's in Ocean,
Cool.
just because not everyone drinks coffee, and so we like to have a juice bar option. We may also be adding some events at night because there are certainly a subset of people who can't get to at 9 o'clock coffee on a weekday.
Right.
So we want to give people an option in the evening. So some of those coffees may get moved to an evening, just to provide some more options.
Cool.
Yeah. And you can go, I mean, I don't know what your business is, but you can go to any other area too.
Okay.
We don't have chapters. So if there's somewhere else you'd rather go, and by being a member, we, a lot of people meet each other one-on-one. Plus we're going to have that coming up soon.
Okay.
Meet each other. But people take the time to have coffees or get together or meet, or you can say, hey, does anyone feel like, you know, getting together for lunch today? And, you know, 10 people might say, yep, I'll come out. So that's the nice thing, that, and the community took that upon themselves to do things like that. And I think it's kind of cool. So that's been really helpful.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have any questions? Generally? Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go around and have everyone introduce themselves. We'll start with our members, and then we'll go with our guests, and you can introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from. And you can, just say the state if you want, or just the area, where you're from. And if you're already a member of NLP, please tell the rest of the people something that you get out of it, or what you like best, or how long you've been a member, just to be helpful. That might spark a conversation, because sometimes I forget all that we do because I talk so much about the organization. So Larry, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm introverted. I'll take it.
Terrific.
Thank you. I'm with the organization 2 years, and there are many benefits, but one of the things I really love is that I can meet with people who consider me normal. So
That's true.
So a lot of people don't understand holistic or what we do, and that's perfectly okay. I love unintelligent people, but that's another story. So meeting with people, making friends, I think has been wonderful. And I've been able to lean on them for support or answer some questions or just something to look forward to, such as the coffees or even one-on-ones, which are wonderful. What I do for a living is I'm a holistic healer. I work primarily in energy, which includes Reiki master and teacher, Jinshin Jitsu, self-help instructor also, polarity, quantum touch, massage therapy, and a whole bunch of other things. And what I've added to the list right now is 2 weeks ago, I gave a PowerPoint presentation. I'm also a photographer on the work that I do in sort of a lecture, but it was more of a guided meditation. And I was able to combine not only the beauty of the pictures, but also have people let go of stress and realize that, from the holistic perspective, that what's around you can really help you to let go as opposed to just living every day a certain way. So that's new for me, and I'm going to start selling pictures and starting to promote that end of the business, which again fits into natural because it's all flowers and just some beautiful scenes that I've shot. And to those of you that have seen it at one of the meetings, I have got over 1,500 pictures I've done in the last 7 years as I was recuperating from cancer. So I could get out, take pictures, and show mindfulness and spirituality in nature. So that's the whole thing that I'm up to right now.
Excellent. Thank you, Larry. And did you say where you're from? I know you're from New Jersey.
I'm sorry. I'm in Morris County,
okay.
A little town called Mount Tabor, which is a historical community, and very, very pretty, very quaint.
Okay. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. Hello, David.
Donna, you want to go next for us?
Sure. I do nutrition and wellness consultations, and I also do a type of bioenergetics where it's actually called NES Health, and I can scan the energy field of a person's body with my software and a scanning device and look at where the energy field, the priorities in the energy field to explain where it's broken down and it's not communicating properly with the cells. And basically every cell, it should be connected to all the other cells through the energy field so that all the cells are working together. And I have like a couple other types of energy work that I do. And I do that work in Morris County, New Jersey. And
you're an area leader.
I'm an area leader.
One of our directors, yeah.
And that's it, right?
Yep.
Is there anything else?
That's it. David, do you want to go?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is David Stratansky. I'm from Red Bank, New Jersey. I joined the NLBP last April, so almost a year for me. And as Camille mentioned, I'm the area leader for Monmouth County, trying to promote the in-person events that exist and complement the online resources, whether it be a call like this or the Facebook group or other calls that we do throughout the month. For my business, I'm part of the global expansion team for a natural health science company called ASEA Cellular Health. The company's resources allow us to replenish how every cell in the body communicates repair and therefore health, really at the body's most basic level. And the approach does the same thing for health that you're doing for the health of your business right now. By being here, you're here to amplify the message of your business and create some clarity around that so that you can get the help you need in order to create health in your business. So replenishing this clarity has benefits, a range of them, from potential health issues all the way through physical discomfort and even things such as skin repair and aging issues. And my purpose is to help as many people find natural approaches and avoid the medications and the negative side effects that I experienced when I was younger. And I specifically joined NLBP because, as some others have mentioned, I can come to an event like this or something in person, and I can share exactly what I've tried or would like to try, and people don't look at me funny because I actually pay attention to my health. And I also get to learn about what other people are doing because I never know where there's going to be something complementary that can help me or somebody who I'm working with, because I really do believe there are multiple ways to help the body move to balance, and we've really got to pay attention to all of them. So that's just a little bit about me, David Stratansky from Red Bank, New Jersey.
Thank you. Paul, do you want to go next for us? Wait, let me
Sure.
Where are you? There you are. Okay, go. You got it.
Good evening. My name is Paul Taubman. My company is called Digital Maestro, and we're a website agency that works primarily with natural healers, wellness centers, energy workers, etc. Actually, Reiki level 1 trained, certified, and basically our market is working with folks like you and redesign their website, make it more of a marketing tool so it helps with their lead generation, build business, and just helps them make money with their website. So a lot of times people just have a website that's out there, it doesn't do anything for them, and we help you with it so that it actually brings clients in. It's probably been a few months since I've done one, but I also do a lot of the technical webinar types of things, talking about email marketing and websites and those kind of things. And I've been a member for about 2.5 years, I think, or something like that. And I'm in Somerville, New Jersey. And yeah, that's it.
Excellent. And actually, the YouTube that we just released was you.
Yes.
Was that blogging for your business? Was it
Yes.
that one or was it the other one? Okay. And if you haven't gotten a chance to see that YouTube, that was a really good one.
I'll go watch it.
Blogging,
Thanks.
you should. I rewatch them when I post them. You should. All right. Katie, I can unmute you. Can you hear? Whoop. I can't unmute you, Katie. Are you able to unmute yourself? Do you want to introduce yourself? There you go.
Okay, sure. So I'm Katie Faciano from Sema Healing. I joined Natural Life the end of September this past year, so maybe about 4 months now. One of the reasons I joined was there was a 90-day challenge between October and December, and I thought, wow, that's a great opportunity. And it really was, because it really grew me in really fantastic ways and grew my business. And there's multiple challenges that we do throughout the year that I'm looking forward to. And I just was on the retreat and got a lot out of this past Thursday and Friday retreat down in I had told Emmy about the group, so I'm so glad that she was able to make the call tonight. I live in Westwood, New Jersey, up in northern New Jersey. And I guess just a little bit, my company, Sema Healing, it's all a non-touch healing technique that comes from Japan. I've been doing it for 7 years now. And I'm going to be advancing in my Sema training this year. I'm going to be going to Japan 5 times to continue my training and be even better for my clients and future clients.
Excellent. Hold on, I'm going to mute her. Okay. All right. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
All right. I got all of our members, right? Yeah. Okay. I will go across and have each of you introduce yourself. Anne-Marie, you want to go next?
Sure. So my name's Anne-Marie Cantrell, and I live in Berks County, Pennsylvania, about 40 minutes west of Philadelphia. And I think I was connected with you probably when you first got started. I live right outside St. Peter's Village, which is where Kevin used to have his little pod.
We were at our first launch, our first one ever.
Yeah. And then I kind of got disconnected because I took a job years ago cooking for a school in the area and wasn't really doing the whole self-employed thing. And now I'm back doing my thing. So, wanted to really just reconnect. But what I do is I do cooking and wellness and nutrition work and do some private cooking for people, but I do a lot of work with groups doing wellness workshops, cooking classes, work a lot with Chinese 5-element theory, doing workshops on that and cooking, and I work a lot with kids with autism, helping families do the dietary and environmental interventions so that kids can begin to heal. I also have a small sauerkraut business that I'm trying to grow. So yeah, it's all really varied, but for me, it's really just about connecting with people and creating these networks and being able to refer people to, things that they're looking for so that they can live more kind of fulfilling, healthy lives. So, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us. Mm-hmm. All right. Paul's clapping. Thank you, Paul. Emmy, you told us some of you, but I'll let you introduce yourself again for those that missed it.
Okay, so I'm Katie's friend. Used to live close to Katie in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. I just moved here to North Carolina, and a year ago I discovered Beauty Counter, primarily because my two members of my family had autoimmune disease, and they started me on this cleaner diet and environment mindset. And then the last piece was, personal care products and cosmetics. So that's how I got into this Beauty Counter, and then it evolved into my own kids and family. So not looking for it at all, but I knew Katie, so they it kind of just came together when she invited me to join this free meeting, which is good because I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm an MD, and have never heard of all these things before. I never knew they existed until my sister started getting into functional medicine and started on her AIP autoimmune diet, which is amazingly strict. So it just opened up a new world for me that they don't teach you in medical school. I don't practice anymore. I'm home with our kids. So it gives me more time to research things and really learn things that you don't learn in school. So.
Yeah. And just for your own knowledge, if you check out our podcast or our YouTube channel, we're doing a lot of member spotlights, we call them, and interviews with a lot of doctors. We've done a lot of them lately, like MDs that have changed their practices or have gone into different, functional medicine, integrative medicine, Dr. Won's Chinese medicine and natural approaches to Alzheimer's. We just did Ayurveda medicine. Another doctor just did one. So they're all up there. The audios I think a lot of the audios are up there. Not all the videos are up there yet because we put those out 3 months later. But it's interesting to learn, and I'm very fortunate to kind of hear all these new ways people are being their authentic self in their business. And that's a part of who we are. Like, how can we make it work for you? So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Linda, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Linda Natanagara, and I'm a Feldenkrais practitioner. I live in Belmar, New Jersey. And I have a full-time private practice working with people, any variety of stress-related movement disorders or injury or post-surgery when the surgery wasn't helpful to them. So a pretty lengthy background in working with those people, but also I have come to I've had it for a long time, and I can't keep it in anymore, about a message about living sanely in our bodies, because I think we're so disconnected from how we use ourselves. And there's a lot of really not always helpful information in the exercise culture. And I think feeling better is much more accessible than people think it is, and it's a lot simpler. And so I have been I also teach the Sounder Sleep method. I'm just looking for ways to bring these ideas out to people. And I finally realized I can't do it sitting in my house in my private practice. I really have to talk to people, which is something that I haven't wanted to do, because I've looked at networking groups, and I just don't see a fit for myself in this group. They might be wonderful, but I just didn't ever feel like what their mission was it didn't jive. It didn't feel right. And so I got this invitation from David today, and it was like, wait, I think this is what I want. I think this is what I've been looking for. So I work also with empowering women in their physical presence, because I think women are so diminished in the message today of being smaller and thinner, and exercise is only to make you be smaller and thinner rather than to be more powerful. And that's more other work that I want to bring out of my house into the world.
Right.
And I've been looking for ways to talk about it with people. So I'm thrilled to be.
Excellent. Well, I'm so happy you found us. And
Yeah,
hopefully you can join David at one of his coffees and meet some more.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. So I see Edith's iPad. I'm assuming you're Edith. Let me unmute you. There you go.
My first time coming on one of your iPod, whatever.
Meet and greets. Welcome.
I live in Pennington, and I make organic skincare. I sail competitively, and in my mid-50s, my skin was falling apart from the sun damage. And so it's been 10 years now of making it and passing it along to other people. And it's amazing to see things like eczema and psoriasis and things that a lot of people struggle with get better by using just organic plants.
Wow. And you make all your own products?
I make it by hand.
Nice.
Yep.
What's your business called?
Edie's Naturals.
Edie's Naturals. Okay.
And I have special ed kids come on Tuesdays that help me make it.
Oh, how wonderful.
So yeah, it's kind of cool from the local high school. And
how did you hear about us?
I went to your one in Princeton. I went to that event.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
And joined then.
Excellent.
In fact, I was just at Sylvia's, who has the Himalayan salt room.
Oh, okay.
And, the reason I'm late is because I was in there and my sinuses have cleared up a lot. So, which is kind of cool.
Excellent.
I'm going to that event.
That's pretty good. Well, I'm so glad you decided to come on and join us tonight. Have you been on Zoom before?
No.
This is your first time on Zoom ever? Not just with us, but ever? Okay.
Yes. If you can't tell by the way I struggle to get in here.
That's good. I'm excited to have you join us. So we do the coffees with me on the second Wednesday of every month, so you can join them, and then we do these. And our calls are now the what works, what doesn't, and why are on here too. Oh, I forgot to also mention we have a writers roundtable for people that are publishing books, and hopefully we're going to start a speakers bureau too. We have that going on. So thank you, Edith, for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Mackenzie, I know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
If anyone wants to look up my website and order or, look at the healing qualities of my organic plants products, it's EDYES. It's not spelled any other way. You wouldn't know that. So, so it's Edie's now. But Edie is not spelled normal, I guess.
I was just looking it up on our website.
Oh, you can do something like that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Edie's Naturals. Excellent. So since Edie's a member, you can actually go to our membership directory and all of her information is there, and it shows your website as well.
Okay, thank you.
You got that. I have you in Lawrence Township. That's correct, right?
Yes, that's right next to Pennington. I live in Pennington and make it in Lawrenceville.
Okay, so that's why it's there. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Mackenzie, I know that you have joined us by phone. Are you able to introduce yourself?
Hi, how's
there
everyone?
You are.
Yes, I'm here. I jumped in. So my name is Mackenzie Heffernan. I just moved to Red Bank in September. I grew up in Sparta, New Jersey, in Sussex County, and I went to Rutgers. I just graduated last year in New Brunswick, and brought myself over to Red Bank from friends that I had met at college. And now I'm just kind of going with the flow and doing a little bit of everything. And I teach a fitness class called Pound, which is a cardio Pilates workout with drumsticks, which I'm now also teaching for kids and kids with disabilities, or anybody. It's for all ages, all levels. And I also work with an organization called Pretty Girl Sweat, which promotes a healthy lifestyle and empowers women. And our goal is to fight childhood obesity in, you know, unconventional ways by making fitness fun and building a community of women who feel comfortable going to the gym with each other or going and doing different workouts. And we're trying to bring health leaders together so that they can give back to their community in different ways that they can show kids the beauty of living a healthy lifestyle. So yeah, so I just started that chapter, Jersey Shore chapter. So I'm super excited with that, and I think that's the only business type stuff that I do at the moment. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us. I know that I've met you before down at the Dean's Natural Food Market. Didn't I meet you there?
I think it was just me, Sharon, and David. Maybe it was another time, somebody else. I'm not sure.
I'll trust
I only went to one event I went to one meetup with, and David was there. I don't remember meeting you yet, but maybe it was somebody else.
Wait, contacts. Yes, I did. I met you at a coffee on November 29th.
Yeah, November 29th.
I was going to say, I remember.
All right.
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
It may have happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't recall.
No, it's totally fine.
What was that coffee?
It was in Red Bank at Dean's.
Really? I think it was just me, David, and Sharon. Maybe not. It's okay.
Well, it was November 29th. Because I have it right here. It was, wait a second, events. Coffee attendance.
I think I signed up for something.
It was at Dean's Natural Food Market.
Yeah,
well, we're all here now.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I just have these databases that track everybody's.
Yes, no.
Wasn't me. I'm
But thank you. It
right
wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
But I appreciate it. Excellent.
Good to meet you.
Excellent. What was I going to say? All right. I think that's everybody. Right. Everybody, I'm looking through. I tried to keep it in order so I can tell. Yeah. I think everyone got a chance to introduce themselves. I really want to thank you guys for coming out. Does anyone have any other questions or concerns before we end the call? Did we answer all of your questions? For those of you that are new to joining us, we do have the last 2 meet and greets live on our YouTube channel, which is called nlbp-tv. And you can watch both of those. Both are about the same, different people on them, but everyone asks different questions as we go through, and I remember to say different things. So you can always check those out for different questions. I will follow up with all of you tomorrow to see if I can answer anything else. And hopefully you will think about becoming members of NLBP and starting to meet everyone. We do have a challenge that's about to start. I don't have a launch date, but we do have one that's coming up that's all about networking and having one-on-ones and meeting people throughout our membership list. So that should be a fun one coming up in February.
Is that is that a 1 month thing or a 3 month thing like Katie's?
No, it's not going to be a 3 month thing. The only 90-day challenge we're going to ever have is October 1st to the end of the year. We will do it again this year, but 90 days is a really long time, but we're going to do some small challenges along the way. So one of them is going to be a one-on-one challenge. I'm going to kind of set it up like I was as a scavenger hunt. I haven't thought the whole thing out. To get members across state lines and in areas that you wouldn't normally meet to actually meet, if it's not through coffee or a meal, to meet on Zoom and just kind of do an introduction or a phone call to each other and just start talking to do that, to try to get everyone to meet each other. So that one's coming up. We are also going to do a Facebook Live challenge. That will probably only be like a week or two though. To hopefully get people to move forward to do some of their live videos. Someone asked to do an Instagram challenge. And I have someone, I know nothing about Instagram, but we do have members that do. So we have that. Actually, Paul does an ultimate blog challenge that a lot of our members join.
Yep.
And they did that for the month of January. So that's why we didn't have our own challenge for the month of January. And he does that 4 times a year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So if you're really good at blogging, Paul will run that 4 times a year. And
Or even if you're not good at blogging.
I'm sorry, you're right. If that's something you're interested in. But I also suggest to watch the video that we just released this week or last week. I think we released it Wednesday, of Paul explaining blogging for your business. And he does talk about the Ultimate Blog Challenge. And I do believe in the notes for that is the link to join. And he does that 4 times, right? January,
April, July, October.
Okay. So those are challenges that Paul does. But so we do have some challenges because they're kind of fun. And it keeps people talking to each other and kind of motivating each other. So we will create more challenges as we go. That's kind of new to the organization, but those are coming up for us. So that's about it. If anyone has any questions after this, please feel free to reach out to me either through the website. You can get me personally at Camille@thenaturallife.org. You can also go through our Facebook page, The Natural Life Business Partnership. You can follow us there. We do talk about our events, and you can contact me through Messenger that way, or at least our staff. So thanks again for coming out and joining us. I hope to see all of you guys out soon or joining me at coffee next week. Next week, no, I think it's 2 weeks. Next week is actually our What Works, What Doesn't, and Why call. So we'll see everyone next Monday on that call. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to end the meeting. But thanks, everyone, for coming out and joining us tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Night.